Each week on this video, we'll give you sneaky waiver wire ads that you can pick up and add to your roster heading into Week 8. I'm Alan Seslowsky along with Jeff Erickson from RotoWire. Jeff, who's going to be your first sneaky ad for Week 8?
Unfortunately, we lost Breece Hall this week, probably to an ACL injury. So, of course, if you can get Carter, that is Michael Carter, go for it. But he's 66% rostered in Yahoo leagues. Chances are, in any sort of competitive league, he's still rostered already. However, the Jets try to use two running backs in their system. I don't think Carter is a every down back. I don't know if he can withstand the workload. Plus, they may just want to alternate backs. So if you're desperate and you have a Chief or Charger running back this week on bye, consider Ty Johnson. He's basically available in every single league out there. I know he only had 2 carries last week. A year ago, 55 targets in the passing game. He is capable all around the goal line. He's a guy that's going to be a guy that can get you through the storm a little bit, and he's the next in line behind Michael Carter should something happen to Michael Carter, because Michael Carter has had a hard time staying healthy over the years as well.
Down goes Seahawks star wide receiver DK Metcalf, who injured his knee in the first quarter against the Chargers and was quickly ruled out and carted off. When a player is ruled out quickly, this often means a multi-week injury. With Geno Smith, though, keeping the Seahawks offense on schedule, we want to add 31-year-old former Olympic long jumper Marquise Goodwin. There was a time in fantasy football that we were excited about Goodwin's 4.27 40-yard dash, 100th percentile speed score. Goodwin's been off the fantasy radar for years, but comes back into focus after he caught 4 of 5 targets for 67 yards and 2 touchdowns. Goodwin has been playing around 45% of snaps, but is sure to be a full-time player now if DK Metcalf misses time. Goodwin, who is less than 1% rostered, is available in your league and can be started against the Giants in Week 8.
My next sneaky ad is going to be Buffalo's James Cook. Rookie running backs in particular often get an extra look after the bye week. We already saw Zach Moss be a healthy scratch in the win over the Chiefs in Week 6. James Cook is a guy that we expected to kind of contribute a little bit more. Now that they're coming off the bye week, he's the clear number 2 on the team. Perhaps we'll see a little bit more work. They get a game against the Packers this week. Packers are 26 against the run. Cook could be pretty active in this one here, especially if the Bills get out to a lead. I like using him. For the possibility of him in the passing game as well. So PPR leagues, I think he has a little bit of extra currency perhaps. Again, only a bye week option, only a flex option right now with the potential for future upside. I like adding Cook right now. Coming off the bye, where some people probably had to cut him to try to make room to get some active players for this particular week. Always look for teams coming off the bye to see if some of their players are available. You can look for some extra opportunities there.
If you waited on quarterback and are cycling through the position each week, it's time to take New York Giants' Daniel Jones very seriously for fantasy football. He's always been a plus runner, as evident by over 100 rushing yards against the Jags in Week 7. With a great matchup against the Seahawks in Week 8, he's only 34% rostered. Jones should be aggressively bid on and can be started in Week 8. Coaching matters in the NFL, and it's no secret that Giants head coach Brian Daboll is already considered to be one of the best in the league. He's figured out how to optimize what Dimes does well and execute around that skill set. Jones has weekly upside to be a difference maker and scored over 30 fantasy points this past week. Daniel Jones could be ranked as high as QB5 heading into Week 8.
My final one, I'm going to stick at running back. This is a player in Rachaad White that is not the lead guy right now. Leonard Fournette's not hurt. He's not out. But he's starting to show some signs of wear and tear, showing some signs of not being able to maintain the pace that he had earlier in the season. They drafted Rachaad White for a reason. White had 29 snaps in the loss to Carolina. It didn't translate into a lot of work. Nonetheless, we've seen him be productive in spots previously. The Bucs are just needing some playmakers. I think he's a guy that you go out and add right now with an eye towards the second half of the season.
Gus Edwards, the Ravens running back, received 16 carries and a target, returning from last year's ACL tear. He turned that into 66 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns. Not bad. The Ravens are going to deploy a multi-back committee with Gus Edwards, Kenyon Drake, Justice Hill, and of course, Lamar Jackson is going to take rushing yards out of this offense as well. Gus Edwards is worth an ad for his goal line equity. Anytime the Ravens are in scoring position, Gus is one of the most likely players on the team to get a chance to punch it in. Gus has a low weekly floor, but every team in your league needs a running back. Gus Edwards is well worth a significant bid to add to your roster. If you like videos like this, please consider hitting the like, subscribe, and ring the bell to get notified when we post new videos every week. Check out the video description below to follow Jeff Erickson and myself, Alan Seslowsky, on Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. And you can hear Jeff Erickson on SiriusXM Channel 87 Monday through Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, along with Nick Whalen. And tune into SiriusXM Radio Channel 87 every Sunday to hear myself along with Jim Coventry as we get you ready for the week ahead. Lastly, if you want to take a peek behind RotoWire's paywall, you can do so right now for free for 2 days. All you need to do is go to rotowire.com/try, put in your email, and the paywall unlocks.